Good evening everyone, welcome to Offices at 24/7. So I am here to share or I am here to discuss the another certain number of questions regarding the May 2023 paper of your Indian economy, Indian financial system. So first of all, a very good evening to all of you. How are you all? And those candidates who have already joined us here, do let me know that audio, video both are okay. Are we good to go? And also I request to all of you that do make sure that you share the session with your friends and colleagues so that they will be also joining us in this particular session. So let's start the session. This is our fourth class regarding the same. We are going to discuss here that what type of questions has been asked, what topic has been maximum asked in your paper. Okay, so let's start the session. So in this particular session, the first question is related. Also, I will be letting you know that from which module we are going to discuss this particular question and also from which particular module the question has been asked. So the first question is talking about which of the following are correct about merchant banking. So I have told you earlier also that a lot of questions has been asked on this particular topic, that is a merchant banking. So merchant banking was a very important chapter in May 2023 paper, but now we can't say the same will happen in the next paper also, that is going to come at October 2023. But yes, as we can say, key takeaways and previous questions are always very important to know, so that accordingly we will prepare ourselves. So the question is asking which of the following are correct about the merchant banking. So the first statement is talking about it was the Greenlace Bank which started merchant banking services in 1967. Second statement is saying it is a specialized form of banking that focuses on providing customized financial services. Third is saying that it gives advice to corporations, governments and high net worth individuals also about where to invest, where not to invest. It means it gives you the consultancy services also. So out of these, which statement is correct, you have to tell, and this belongs to the unit 4 of your module D, sorry, unit 35 of your module D. So the options are in front of you. First, it is talking about only 1 and 2, second is saying only 2 and 3, third is saying only second, and the fourth is saying all are correct. So out of these 3 statements, which particular statement is correct? If we talk about merchant banking, all the statements are correct. So it does started by Greenlace Bank. The first time merchant banking in 1967 was started by this bank. It do provide a specialized form of banking that focus providing the customized financial services. Customized financial services means you are providing services as per the requirement of your customer. You are making customization in your services as per the requirement of the customers. Then it gives advice to corporation, government and the high net worth individuals also. So the right answer will be your D, all are correct. All of the above are correct. Now, next. So right answer will be D option. Second question is talking about NAVFIT. So NAVFIT is a very important development financial institution. It's the latest development financial institution because it was established in 2021 only. Question is asking NAVFIT, the new bank which is proposed to be set up. It has been set up till now. Is to finance which sector? To finance which particular sector we have launched NAVFIT. Okay, so the first option is saying it was introduced for the infrastructure to finance the infrastructure sector, to finance the banking sector, to finance the textile sector, or to finance all the sectors. So what do you think? Which particular sector is correct because of which we have introduced the NAVFIT? A, B, C or D? So NAVFIT, if we talk about the full form of NAVFIT, NAVFIT is what? NABARD Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development, and by the whole full form of NAVFIT, you can easily say it was introduced to finance the infrastructure sector of the country. So the right answer will be your A option. Okay, so it belongs to your unit 20 and the option number will be A. Now next, which of the following are types of REITs? Real Estate Investment Trust we are talking about here. So you have to tell which of the following are the types of Real Estate Investment Trust. So this is your unit 45. This is the last unit of your module D, or I can say the last unit of your syllabus. And out of this, 2 or 3 questions has been asked. First is saying retail type, second residential, third office, fourth is mortgage. Out of these 4, you have to tell that which is a part of or which of the following is the type of REITs? Real Estate Investment Trust. Let me know which of the following is correct. So here we are talking about what? We are talking about real estate investment trust. So real estate investment trust have the different types. Retail REITs is there, residential REITs is there, office REITs is there, mortgage REITs is there also. All these are the part. Apart from that, we also have a healthcare REITs. We also have what? We also have a healthcare REITs. So right answer will be option number D. All are the types of REITs. Okay, so one question on the types of REITs was asked, and this is the not 20th unit, this is the 45th unit. This is the 45th unit of your module D. Okay, so right answer will be D option. Next, the balance of payment is a critical accounting statement since it summarizes all the economic transaction between dash. So if we talk about balance of payment, what is balance of payment? Let's understand the concept first. So let's say this circle is India. For example, this circle is India. And India is having a certain economic transactions. Now, what does economic transactions means? Economic transactions simply means the transactions which are related to money. And India is doing these economic transactions with the rest of the world. Whatever is outside the geographical boundary of a country, that is the rest of the world. ROW means rest of the world. So India is having an economic transaction with all over world, and with that we are getting certain inflow, or we can call the income, and we have to pay a certain payments, that is the outflow from the country. So in a financial year, India is having a lot of economic transactions with the rest of the world. And when we make a systematic statement of what amount comes in and what amount goes out from the geographical boundary of a country within a financial year, when the country was having an economic transaction between India and rest of the world, that transaction is known as balance of payment. So this is balance of payment. Okay, so you can simply say what is balance of payment? Balance of payment is a systematic statement of all the economic transactions between India and the rest of the world. Okay, in a financial year. And this is what the question is asking, and the first option you can see, it is saying resident of a country and the rest of the world. Second includes non-resident and the rest of the globe. Third, residents of a country and government. Fourth, none of the above. So it's very obvious the right answer is A. The residents of India and the residents of the rest of the world, both the things are same. If you say economic transactions between India and rest of the world, or you can say economic transactions between resident of India and the residents of world, both are same. So the right answer will be your A option. Right answer will be your A option. Okay. Now the next question is talking about the types of factoring in which the factor recovers the amount advanced from the client in case of non-payment by the customer. Now factoring and forfeiting, these are the two different types of alternate source of finance, and they are very important. Factoring, forfeiting, both the topics are very important for your paper. Factoring is mainly used when the domestic transactions are happening, and forfeiting is mainly used for the international transaction. So factoring and forfeiting are alternate source of finance in which by giving your commercial bill, by giving your bills, you will be able to get the immediate cash. Let's say for example, I am the exporter. Exporter means I sell goods from India to abroad. Okay, and I have done the shipment for the importer, and importer has given me a certain invoice or certain bill, or let's say certain promissory note or something, in which importer has said that I am going to make payment on 20th of July. So I got a piece of paper, that's a legal piece of paper, that's a negotiable instrument. So it is guaranteed that I will get my money, but I will get my money on 20th of July, let's say for example, but I need cash today, because I have to make payment for the raw material and for the other purposes also. So for that purpose, I can take that particular promissory note to my bank and give that to my bank, give that promissory note to my bank, and bank will provide me immediate cash. This is what the factoring and forfeiting is doing for domestic trade and for international trade. And there are two types of factoring and forfeiting, that is recourse and non-recourse. So that's what we're talking about, the type of factoring in which the factor here means your bank. Factor here means your bank. There are three parties. One is buyer, one is seller. Okay, and the mediator will be factor, and the factor will be mainly your bank or any financial institution. Okay, this is how the mechanism of factoring works among these three people. So if we talk about like factor, it means bank have given money to whom? To the seller, because seller sent goods to the buyer. Okay, and buyer has given the promissory note that says that the money will be paid on 20th of July, but the seller wanted cash on the same day. On 8th of July, he wants money. So he will go to its bank and ask for a payment, and the bank will give payment to the seller. So the seller will be your what? Seller will be the client of a bank. Okay, now let's say on 8th of July, bank has made payment to the seller on behalf of promissory note, and on 20th of July, bank will go to the buyer and will ask for the payment of the promissory note. If in that situation, this buyer defaults, if this buyer defaults, now what? Now the bank have to face the problem, or bank has to face the default, or the seller have to face the default. Who is going to face the default? According to that, two types of factoring is introduced, that is recourse and non-recourse. Okay, in recourse factoring, what happens if this buyer defaults at the future date, to make payment? In that situation, this factor means this bank will recover the money from the seller. That is known as client in the recourse factoring. But in non-recourse factoring, if the buyer defaults, the factor cannot ask for the money back from the client, from the seller, because the non-recourse factoring recovers all the risk of bad debts. Okay, it includes what? It includes all the risk of the bad debts. Bad debts means in case of default. And because the non-recourse factoring covers all the kind of guarantee, or not the guarantee, but it gives you the bad debts recovery, or it saves you from the bad debts. So bank will charge more commission for the non-recourse factoring. That's why bank will not take money back from the seller, or you can call it a client. I hope it is clear. Let me know in the comment section. Is it clear to all of you? So this is how the factoring works. This is the mechanism of factoring I have to given you here. So the question is asking, in case the buyer is not returning the money, in that situation what happens? First, bill discounting, non-recourse factoring, recourse factoring, bill collection. Which of the following will be right? So I hope now you are able, you all are able, who have seen the explanation here, they all are capable of answering that the right answer will be C option. Because you are saying that factor means the bank or the financial institution. It recovers the amount from the client. You have taken money back from the seller that you have given on behalf of promissory note, and that is what the recourse factoring is. Okay, so this is the right answer, that is C option. Right answer will be your C option. Now, the next question is talking about forfeiting. The same mechanism of forfeiting will be followed, but the only difference is that forfeiting will be used for international transaction, for international trade. Like in comparison, in place to the buyer and seller, I have to write exporter and importer. That's the only difference. Okay, and in forfeiting, the factor will be known as forfeiter. That's the only difference. So we have three parties here. One is exporter, who sells goods from India to abroad, and one is importer. Importer means who purchased goods from India, and then there will be a forfeiter. That will be bank or financial institution, and they three will perform their transaction in forfeiting. Okay, so let's see the question. In forfeiting, the forfeiter makes payment of dash of export value. Now, why we are using export value? Because it is for international. So first is saying 70, 80, 90 and 100%. Now let me know how much payment will be done in case of forfeiting. So if I talk about forfeiting, what is forfeiting? Simply at the international payments, in the international trade, if someone wants immediate cash, they can use the forfeiting. And 100% of export value will be given as a payment by the forfeiter. But in case of factoring, if the same question will be asked in factoring, that will be up to 80%. In factoring, that will be up to 80%, but in forfeiting, it will be 100%. Reason, because we are talking about exports. And if you are a paid batch student, you have seen, I have told you that how much export helps the country to grow. So to promote the export, in the forfeiting, 100% amount will be given in advance, but in factoring, 80% will be given. So these kinds of questions has been asked in May exam of your JAIIB in Indian Economy and Financial System. Okay, and if you want to understand all the concepts of your syllabus, and if you want to know what kind of questions and how to attempt the questions to have a conceptual knowledge, you can go with the paid batches. This is the batch which is started from 19th of June. This is the first Sankalp batch in which I have started in Economy and in Financial System on 19th of June. And now the second batch is also available on Adda 24/7 application that is started on 3rd of July. And this particular batch, this particular batch started with the AFM subject of yours, which is started by Niharika ma'am. So this is the batches available for all of you. How to enroll? To enroll, do make sure you download the Adda 24/7 application, because there you will get 1% additional discount. And after downloading the application, go to the Adda 24/7. Okay, one second. You have to go to the Adda 24/7 homepage, and when you go to the Adda 24/7 homepage, you will find what? You will find the JAIIB CIB section there. Okay, you can see here JAIIB CIB section is available there. Okay, click on this section and you will find the JAIIB October 2023 batch here. Click here. The Sankalp batch 1 is that, Sankalp batch 2 is this. Click on the particular batch. Do check all the details. After checking all the details, you have to click on the buy now option. Today the price is low because from Monday the prices are going to rise. So right now 80% discount is available. If you use a code, what code? The MP 80. Okay, you will get 80% discount. For 1% additional discount, you can go to the Adda 24/7 application and use the coins available there, and you will get 81% discount there. So this is the information about the Sankalp batch 2. Similarly, Sankalp batch 1 is available on the application. You can go and check. And let's end the session with this particular information, and we are going to meet again in the next session. That will be for Indian Economy and Financial System, and from Monday the sessions timing will be going to be changed, and for that we have scheduled a session for all of you that is going to be there on tomorrow only on Offices Adda 24/7. So do not forget to check the scheduled session of YT, so that you will be able to get all the content on YouTube also to clear your exam, and the time and day of particular subject will be announced tomorrow. So do make sure you check Offices Adda 24/7 channel tomorrow as well, so that you will get all the important sessions there. So let's end the session here. Last but not the least, if you are new to the channel of Offices Adda 24/7, then do subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Thank you all and good night.